A controversial fight decision in Albuquerque that drew national scorn will not be changed.
And you can certainly tell by the crowd's reaction the night of the fight earlier this month. They supported the judge's decision.
Getting introduced by Bruce.
Earlier this month, Ross Pearson drew blood from hometown favorite Diego Sanchez in the UFC fight at Tingley Coliseum, televised all over the world. And despite what many observers call as a clear win for Pearson, check this out. The judges right here gave the fight to Sanchez. Pearson appealed the decision to the New Mexico Athletic Commission, but the commission just voted yesterday to let the decision stand.
Basically, the conclusion we came to is, with our statutes and rules, that we couldn't change the decision.
Like the old adage is, if you don't want it to go to the referee, then knock him out.
There is a silver lining for Pearson, though. The UFC says it's treating Pearson as if he won the fight and paying him the winner's share.
Albuquerque police continue to search for the gunman who fired shots at a group of officers on Tuesday night. Cops were investigating a report about shots fired from a white Crown Victoria near Wyoming and Constitution. While officers were talking to a witness, gunshots rang out. They all took cover. No one was hit, but a short time later, officers did locate a white Crown Vic, talked to the driver, but quickly determined that that driver was not involved. APD is asking the public to come forward with any information. Santa Fe police want your help to see if you can help identify the bicyclist recently killed by the New Mexico rail runner. The man is believed to be in his 40s. He was struck at the crossing on St. Michael's Drive on Monday. Investigators are running his fingerprints and dental records. They just released this picture of a baseball cap that he was wearing. It says New York, the capital of the world. And around his neck, the man was wearing a Catholic religious scapula made of brown cloth with gold embroidery. It has a gold cross on one side and an image of Our Lady of Mount Carmel on the other. Well, a city bus driver is fired after he is caught doing something with a passenger, something shocking.
Yeah, the bus driver, Alex Gonzalez, had been with ABQ Ride for 14 years. Then back in May, surveillance video shows Gonzalez getting a sex act from a woman he picked up. It all happened at an empty station near Tramway and Montgomery, and someone saw it and complained.
When we do get a tip like this, the thing is to act as quickly and as judiciously as possible, which is what we did.
ABQ Ride says it does do spot checks on the surveillance video to make sure drivers are following the rules. At 5:03, it looks like we may be losing out on Lyft, the wildly popular rideshare service, but it's not going down without a fight. Lyft sent an email to drivers earlier this week telling them that Lyft is getting shut down unless the state's Public Regulation Commission changes its mind. The email encourages drivers and riders to contact the PRC. Lyft maintains it is not a taxi service, but a technology company that connects drivers with passengers and should not be regulated by the PRC. We'll keep you posted on what the PRC does about this. Well, gas prices here in New Mexico are the highest they have been in more than a year, and 2 U.S. senators want them to be even higher. Regular unleaded now averages about $3.48 a gallon. 2 U.S. senators from Texas and Connecticut want to raise the federal gas and diesel taxes by 12 cents a gallon in the next 2 years. They say that money would go to the Highway Trust Fund that pays for projects all across the country, including the Paseo I-25 interchange. The federal fund is set to run dry in August if Congress doesn't do something soon. The senators are proposing the unpopular gas tax hike because they say Congress hasn't done anything to save the fund.
Making international news, Iraq's government has formally requested the U.S. to use airstrikes to help them stop Islamic militants from advancing in the northern part of the country.
We have a request from the Iraqi government for air power.
You do?
We do.
Right now, U.S. warplanes are flying round-the-clock surveillance missions over Iraq. Militants from the Islamic State of Iraq and Syria are now targeting the country's largest oil refinery and continue their advancement toward Baghdad. President Obama is weighing options to help after discussing security assistance with congressional leaders at the White House yesterday. New Mexico Senator Tom Udall does not support the use of ground troops in Iraq, saying that he's wary of re-engaging U.S. forces in Iraq after 8 years of costly war. Meanwhile, the Republican challenger in the Senate race, Alan Way, says U.S. intervention is necessary to ensure the gains the U.S. has made in the region over the past decade are not lost. Way is quoted in today's Albuquerque Journal saying he does not support sending ground troops either. Way refuses to speculate further because he's not privy to congressional intelligence briefings. A World War II veteran receives an honor he has been waiting for more than 70 years.
Veteran of World War II is here to receive his high school diploma.
Yesterday, in a special ceremony, 89-year-old Dennis Baca received his high school diploma from Albuquerque High. The Army vet left school as a teen just before graduating to serve his country in the Pacific during World War II. He says getting his diploma always meant a lot to him, and he encourages his family members to stay in school and get a good education.
This diploma from Albuquerque High School on June 18, 2014. Congratulations.
Congratulations to him. After the war, Baca started a family here in Albuquerque. He worked for about 30 years at the VA before he retired.
A local real estate broker is anteing up 400 acres of land for free as an incentive to Tesla to build its multi-billion-dollar battery factory here.
I want to go somewhere where somebody wants me. And this is the message I'm trying to convey here.
All right, Tesla is considering building the battery plant here in New Mexico, plus in Texas, Arizona, Nevada, and California. That would mean 6,500 direct jobs for that state. John Edwards is not saying where his land is, but says it comes with a major power source and access to train tracks. According to Forbes, Tesla would need 500 acres, not 400. So we went and asked the state if it would be willing to give Tesla a break on the land, and the Economic Development Office says it doesn't talk about negotiations. Mr. Edward hopes that others in the state and the private sector will offer their services too. The company, Tesla, should say we're to build a plant by the end of this year. Two major shopping centers are going up for auction online. Albuquerque Business First reports the bidding starts at $1.25 million for the Four Hills Village at Central and Tramway Northeast. Shopping center used to be packed, but take a look, it's a ghost town since the movie theater and Albertsons left there. A portion of the Riverside Plaza on the west side is also going on the auction block.